Here, in these halls, we take raw steel and shape it into the components of the AK-47.
Day after day, generation after generation, our hands and machines give form to a design that has endured for decades.
Step inside the heart of the factory, where the AK-47 is born. Beyond these guarded gates lies a world few ever witness. A vast complex of steel, fire, and precision.
Where raw materials are transformed into one of the most recognizable rifles in history.
This is not merely a production line.
It is a place where engineering meets necessity, where metal is coaxed into a form that has shaped battlefields and histories alike.
The story of the AK-47 begins in the aftermath of the greatest conflict the world had ever seen. The Avtomat Kalashnikova 1947 was selected after rigorous trials.
It was not the lightest nor the most accurate, but it offered something more vital. Reliability under conditions that would loose tolerances, simple construction, and an operating system that tolerated dirt, sand, and neglect.
Over the decades, the AK-47 and its descendants have been manufactured in dozens of countries, with production totals measured in the tens of millions. The factory you see today continues that legacy, blending time-tested methods with modern precision.
Carefully specified alloys, chosen for strength, ductility, and resistance to wear.
High-carbon steels for barrels that must withstand extreme pressures. Medium carbon alloys for receivers that balance toughness with the ability to be formed.
Each shipment is inspected, its chemical composition verified, its grain structure examined under microscopes. Only material that meets exacting standards moves forward.
These coils and bars are first sent to the preparation areas. Massive shears slice coils into sheets of precise thickness. Bars are cut to length by automated saws that move with mechanical patience. The cut blanks are cleaned, degreased, and prepared for the intense heat and pressure that will give them their first true shape. In the forging halls, the transformation becomes dramatic.
Gas furnaces glow with steady, intense heat as billets are brought to temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius.
Hydraulic presses, some weighing hundreds of tons, descend with controlled force.
Sparks cascade like brief orange rain.
The forged piece emerges red hot, its grain structure realigned by the immense pressure.
Nearby, the stamping lines handle the receiver, the central backbone of the rifle. In early production, receivers were milled from solid forgings, a slow and material-intensive process. Today, precision sheet metal is fed into progressive dies. Each press cycle punches, bends, and trims with extraordinary force.
A flat sheet enters. A complex, three-dimensional receiver emerges, complete with rivet holes,
The sound is rhythmic, relentless, a metallic heartbeat that echoes through the vast hall.
Computer-controlled mills and lathes work with quiet precision. Barrels begin as thick-walled tubes of chromoly steel. Rifling is cut or button-drawn into the bore, imparting the spin that stabilizes the projectile.
The chamber is reamed to exact dimensions.
Exterior contours are turned. Gas ports drilled with laser-guided accuracy. Each operation is followed by measurement. Digital gauges, optical comparators, and coordinate measuring machines verify every critical dimension.
The bolt and bolt carrier, heart of the gas-operated system, receives similar attention.
Hardened steel is milled to create locking lugs that will withstand repeated impacts. The gas piston is ground to a mirror finish, ensuring smooth travel within its cylinder. Extractor and ejector recesses are cut with surgical precision.
Surfaces that bear the greatest stress are polished or left with controlled roughness to retain lubricant.
Heat treatment follows machining.
Tempering relieves internal stresses, achieving the ideal balance of strength and resilience.
Receivers travel on overhead conveyors, pausing at stations where skilled workers and automated systems add components.
First, the barrel is pressed and pinned into the front trunnion, a union that must withstand tremendous forces.
The gas block is aligned and secured, its port precisely positioned to bleed propellant gases.
The rear sight block is riveted in place, its elevation drum calibrated.
Lower handguards, pistol grips, and magazine releases are attached.
The trigger group, disconnector, hammer, and sear is installed as a pre-assembled module.
Each sear engagement surface has been hand-stoned or machine-lapped to ensure crisp, consistent trigger pull.
The recoil spring assembly slides into the receiver.
Followed by the bolt carrier group.
The top cover is fitted. Its retaining button tested for smooth operation.
Furniture, wood or polymer stock, handguards is attached with screws or pins.
Quality control is woven throughout. X-ray and magnetic particle inspection reveal any hidden flaws in critical parts.
In the final assembly area, the rifle takes its complete form.
Magazines are inserted and removed to confirm feeding geometry.
Sights are zeroed on indoor ranges using laser bore sighters.
And then, the finished AK-47 emerges.
Its operating rod gleaming faintly beneath the top cover.
Weight balanced in the hands, controls falling naturally under fingers.
It is not elegant in the way some firearms are, with fine checkering and polished walnut.
Its beauty lies elsewhere, in the thoughtful simplicity of its design, in the robustness that has allowed it to function from Arctic.
From a coil of steel to a complete system, every stage has been guided by the same principle that drove its creator.
A weapon must work, without exception, when it is needed most.
Here, in this factory, that principle continues to guide every cut, every rivet, every test.
The machines run on, the forges glow, and another generation of rifles takes shape.
Testament
to a design that has endured for more than 75 years.